Testing. How's my tea? Too hot to drink. Let's give it a chill. Give it a little wait. Yo. What up? When was my last? It was with my mom. It was about a week ago. Okay. We got another episode I want to film. That's what you're listening to now. And today I want to talk about something that was really bugging me today when I was doing dishes at work. Okay, it might be a long one. I'm not entirely sure, So I want to use this episode to go into a brief, maybe an in-depth history of my past relationships, because I feel like there's a lot of negative connotations that are attached to me. You know what I mean? From people, like they just don't know, or you know what I mean. But let's see. I know it may not look like it, but I don't have a lot of relationship experience. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. I am 28 years old, and I've only ever spent in all 28 years I've been alive, I've only ever spent 3 months in a relationship. Just 3 months of that, and then there's nothing else. And so I want to go a trip down memory lane and just you put that on the internet, because it's been really, really bothering me, And let's see. This is a tale as old as time. This probably dates back when girls still had cooties. So the first relationship I was ever in, I was in the 3rd grade, and it was only for a day. And it was this Hawaiian girl named Lamarna. I still remember her name. And I remember she asked me out when I was just like in class, but I was so like kind of shy, so I just didn't say anything. But then my friend Melvin at the time, he was just like, "Oh dude, just say yes." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then that was it. And then I kind of avoided her the rest of the day, and then I went home, and then when we came back in the morning, I seen her again like in the early morning before we go to class, but I didn't really go up to her at all. I kind of just like avoided her. And then I guess she had friends or whatever, and there was some rumor that went around that day. She had a friend named Casera, and there was a rumor that went around that day saying that I had called her a bitch. But I didn't even know didn't even know her. Like, I didn't even know her like that. You know what I mean? And then there was this kind of argument. And then all her friends tried to like beat me up or something, like, I don't know, just arguing, And then Lamarna slapped me in the face with a textbook, and she said it was over. And then that was it. And that was my first relationship. Just one single day, and I got slapped in the face with a textbook. And yeah, that was it. And then my next relationship wasn't until like I was a freshman in high school, and it was only for about 2-ish weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and it was just with this Asian girl that was a dancer. Well, no. Let's go back. It was my next relationship after that was only for a week, and this was before I moved to Fresno. But it was in high school still, yes. I was a freshman. And it was with this girl named Sabrina. And we didn't really do much of anything. It only lasted a week. And I kind of just held her hand and walked her to class. And then I walked her home one day, and she gave me a kiss, a little peck on my lip. And that was my first kiss. And then she broke up with me the next day because she liked some other guy. And that was it. And then my next relationship after that was when I had already moved to Fresno, and it was with this Asian girl, and it was only about like 2 weeks in high school. And there was really nothing. Held her hand a bit. We shared some pocky, and that was pretty much it. I don't know. We ended up just breaking it off because there was always drama surrounding. I don't know. There was always some unnecessary drama surrounding us. You know what I mean? I think one of her friends liked me or whatever, and I can't remember who broke up with who, but it really didn't matter because it was only about 2-ish, 3-ish weeks. And then, let's see, was there anything else noteworthy? No, that was it. And then that was it. That was my entire relationship history when I was in school. And then after I had already graduated, I met this Asian lady, older Asian lady, by the way, and she got me a job through the hospital. I was about 21-ish. Maybe I was 21, 20. And yeah, she got me this job through a hospital, but she already had a kid, right? And it was kind of weird because the guy that was the father of that kid still would always come around. So the whole entire time I was looking for an out, but that's where the duration of my relationship history, but that last 3-ish months, was with her, and we didn't really do much. All I did, I would go to her house and we would just sleep together every single night, damn near. I would just sleep with her. In return, she would just buy me a whole bunch of stuff and spoil me. She would take me to the beach and buy me like a whole bunch of stuff from Costco and, go places. She took me to Catalina Island and she paid for everything, and I didn't really do anything. All I did was sleep with her a bunch, and that was it. And then we broke up because this was around the time when, now I know now. This is before I learned that women will tend to test you to see where they stand, if you're ever going to fight for the relationship or not. And then about 3 months in, before we broke up, we woke up together, obviously, and she woke up mad and she was arguing with me for whatever reason. And so I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to go home. When we got in the car, I was like, okay, we're going home. I'm going to my home. And then I just told her, well, when I get out the car, we're just not together anymore. And then that was it. And then she cried, and then she wanted to go to the beach to maybe clear our heads, but I just said no, and I got out the car. And then that was it. That's how we broke up. And maybe, I don't know, I was always looking for an out either way, because it was kind of awkward with the guy being there, with the father of that kid being there, coming around all that time. It was kind of awkward, dude. So, and then that's it. That's my entire relationship history. This is not the same as, my entire sex history, because that's all I've ever got. That's easy to get. I can get that right now. The woman, the food co register lady, wants to sleep with me right now, but I don't want to, because that's easy to get. That's all I know how to do. But yeah, so I always get, people are always drawing their own conclusions about oh, maybe he's this type of guy, and maybe he's that type of guy, and this and that. And it really makes me mad, because you really don't know anything about me. You know what I mean? I've learned how to just if you knew me in person and you knew what type of person I am, or just knew my likes and stuff, the stuff I pay attention to. I learned what am I trying to say? I learned how I can be a capable father in the future if I ever have kids, because it was a coping mechanism, because when my father abandoned me, all I wanted to be was a father. And so I learned how to do all this stuff. Okay. I read the books. I listened to the podcasts. I tuned into a whole bunch of other stuff, that had to do with fathering and parenthood. So I already know that I'm very capable to make a great parent, but I don't know shit about being anyone's boyfriend. Okay? Because truthfully, I never got past the passing notes in class stages, you know? And I think people are so quick to be like, to pass judgment on you because it's unheard of, okay? That's kind of rare for a guy my age that looks like me. I think I'm pretty attractive, but that looks like me to only have so little of a dating history, right? Only 3 months of my whole entire 28 years living. That's all I have. And so you have people who, who have been in relationships for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever. And they're just relationships. It's not like they get married or anything. And so they learn all this stuff. What people tend to do is when they meet someone new, they want to compare you to someone else that they know, because, oh, maybe this person is just like my ex. Maybe this person is this. Maybe this person is that, because I dated a guy that was like this, and maybe that's what people do, They want to, and it's not really their fault because I like to think it's kind of like a woman's defense mechanism to try to put you in some type of box to get a better understanding of the type of person you are, But when you don't know shit, you just don't know shit. A lot of the times, when you think a person is testing you, in this case me, if you think I'm the type of person to test you, or I'm on the in the background playing some type of game with you, that's not the truth at all. Truthfully, I'm just really, when it comes to being in a relationship, being with someone that's like, oh, okay, this is your partner, I don't know shit about that at all. Okay? I like to think of it like this. Say the game of life, there's a single player and then there's like the multiplayer one, I know all it is about. I know a lot about single player. I didn't collected everything. I'm so good at it that I've been playing it in different languages and shit, I'm almost, I've collected everything. However, you can only play the multiplayer side with a partner, right? And I'm probably like 2% of that. There's nothing. I've never touched it, So I just really hate when people categorize me as this type of person or that, but it's really annoying. And the best part about that is when you don't have anything else, in this case me, I don't have much to pull from my hat in terms of a past relationship and project it onto someone, you know what I mean? There's nothing pretty much here. And when you don't have that, you can easily see people. There's nothing clouding your vision. You can easily see when people are playing right in front of your face, It's kind of like when you were young and you gave the controller to your little brother and said, here, you're playing, but the controller's unplugged. It's exactly like that. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say? It's so simple. It's so simple. Yeah, I only have 3 months of dating history ever in my life. All right. You probably, most likely, everyone and everyone you know and everyone you will ever know probably have more than me. And yeah, I never got past the passing note stage, man. That's it. It was weird. And let's see. Is there anything else about this topic that I want to share? Of course, this doesn't really extend to like easily getting late. I've already made a podcast episode about that a while back. That's easy to do. And so it's really annoying. I actually find it really annoying too if you like a person, but the first thing you want to do is just run. The first thing that person wants to do is go and tell your friends this and tell your friends that. And then you have to play this little testing game, to where you're just always being tested. And if this person tells their friends, then they're testing you too. And so that list gets longer, and then that person tells their friend, and then that list gets longer and longer and longer. And so 6 months, 8 months, nearly a year has gone by, and you're still getting tested. And then that doesn't make, for me at least, that doesn't really draw me in. You know what am I trying to say? That's just get annoying, that just makes me just completely just lose any and all attraction towards you. You know what I mean? When you waste time But I mean, I guess that's not their fault either, because yeah, a guy with 3 months relationship history is unheard of, you know. And of course you would want to test them because that's the comfortable thing to do. If it was the other way around, you know, because you want to make sure this person matches all your qualities and this and that. So it's to be sure of yourself, you know. So I understand why it happens, and I understand why people do it, but that's all that's ever. That's probably why I've never gotten into relationships, because they wasted too much time testing me, and I just fell out. I just completely lost any and all forms of attraction. I did go on one date once, and it was with this Asian girl at a movies, and we watched, I can't even remember what we watched, but I remember when we were talking in the car after it was over, and then she told me, because I'm so inexperienced, she told me, we were talking about life or whatever, and she told me that she doesn't think that I know exactly what I want to do. But I don't know. It was something about like dating or whatever, though. I can't remember. It was a long while ago. And she was like, "Oh, I just don't think you're ready. You don't really know what you want to do." And then when I went home, I never contacted her again. I never called her or because in my head, that translated to, "Oh, I just got rejected. I guess we didn't pop off." And then I seen her like 3 years later working a job at a mall, and then she's like got mad at me, and she was like, "Hi, Mr. Don't know how to text anyone back or call anyone." And I was like, "What the fuck? This is so complicated." But yeah, I just don't know shit, guys. Like, it's so fucking annoying. But it's not really annoying. It's only annoying because I'm really trying to drag this podcast out so I can hit a word count to reach what I'm really trying to say. You know what I mean? Let's see. I want to know if there's anything else in my relationship history that I would like to talk about. Nothing. There's nothing there. I'm the closest thing to a blank canvas. Like literally the closest thing to a blank canvas. And I really don't appreciate when people who have all this whole relationship portfolio and all this experience with other people try to project those experiences onto me, because that's further from the truth. I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person you think I am. You're the type of person that you think I am. Yeah. And I think that just, I don't know. I have no idea, dude. What am I trying to say? I think people really try to when they test you or whatever, they try to dangle the idea of sex or anything, you know, of that nature above your head, you know, because it's like a chase game, you know. But if that's not, I never had any problems getting that, you know what I mean? It's the relationships that I can't seem to get, you know, and I'll close off quickly. And I don't know, I'm like a turtle. Like, if you talk to me wrong, or you like address me wrong, or come at me wrong, I'm going to retreat into a shell and push you away, you know. And I didn't really grow up in like an affectionate, like, well, there was love in the home, but there was no affection like that, you know what I mean? No, like, oh my god, like, I love you, this or that. You know what I mean? Like, I watched Smugalana, and she did that to her followers. She was like, "Oh my god, Chad," and he was like, "I'm doing little kissy faces," and I don't know, I got kind of pissed off. I was like, "Don't do that," you know. It felt kind of weird, you know. And then I just haven't really listened to her all that much. That's a lie. I did listen to her when I was in the bath, but I just don't like that, you know. I'm not really a huge fan of getting smothered in kisses, because I don't know. I guess I don't know. I seen a TikTok. Was it a TikTok? I think it was a YouTube video that people who dated a lot in high schools and growing up, even if it was like 2 months here and then 3 months, you have a very more comfortable time dating people. You know what I mean? And you're more open. to affect you. But if you never got that ever, you're going to close off on every opportunity. You know what I mean? I think Theo Von said it the best, you know. Well, he didn't say it. Somebody said it to him when he was like, you're hard to pet. And that's true. That's really true for me too. It's hard for me to let you pet me. You know what I mean? Shit ain't just, I don't know. Shit ain't easy. Easy like Sunday morning. But that's it. That's 20 minutes of my history. I want to talk about something else that was grinding my gears last night. That's it. So that concludes this little portion of my, I'm just a 28-year-old guy who would probably make a good dad. I would probably don't know shit about being a boyfriend though. I know that I can be a great fucking dad. I just don't know shit about being anyone's boyfriend because I only have 3 months of dating history in my whole entire life. But that's the other thing I want to talk about is ponytails. I was looking at on TikTok. I was watching Studio Ghibli, little clips and stuff, and I really, really dislike certain ponytails. I like when they're braided, right? A braided ponytail is a nice ponytail because it makes you look more mature and, you know, kind of like, it sounded way better in my head last night, but certain ponytails are ugly. I really hate Ariana Grande ponytails. Everybody rocks the Ariana Grande ponytail. Everybody rocks a lot of things that celebrities do, like the makeup things and this and that. They always rock it, you know, and it's ugly. It's ugly. I think it's because Ariana Grande is a tramp, and so when I see other people that wear the Ariana Grande hat, you just look like a tramp, and so my brain just goes tramp. Please don't do that. Just wear a braided one. I think braided ponytails are nice, but that sounds so fucking mean. I'm not calling you guys tramps or anyone out there listening to me. If you want to rock the Ariana Grande ponytail, you can rock the Ariana Grande ponytail, whatever. But it's her signature thing, and then she's a tramp, you know. You really gonna sit here and tell me that she's not a tramp? Yes, she is. There's always stories coming out about her. You know, the SpongeBob guy, and then she come on. And so you don't really want to, I don't know. You gotta get your own style. But I just really I think the girls, Studio Ghibli girls, they have the best ponytails, dude, because it's all braided and nice, and it's symmetrical, right? It's symmetrical and it fits your face. That's another reason why I don't like I like using the Ariana Grande's ponytail as an example. It's really, really long, and her face isn't really, really long. And I talked to ChatGPT about this, right? There is a such thing as ponytail geometry, and just something seems off when it's not, I don't know, symmetrical. You know what I mean? Oh my God, this sounded way better in my head last night when I should have recorded what I was thinking last night instead of the following day, you know? But yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I think Sophie, she has a gorgeous ponytail, Studio Ghibli ponytail. Chihiro from Spirited, very good ponytail. Ariete, very good ponytail. It looks very. Fio from Porco Rosso, very nice ponytails. Who else? Did Mononoke have a ponytail? No, I don't think Mononoke had a ponytail. Did she? It just looks so. You know who also has good ponytails? Captain Unohana from Bleach. It kind of it's over her. It's over her. You know. You gotta just Google what Captain Unohana looks like. She has a really good ponytail, because it's braided. And then it's always a running theme with me. Jinx from Arcane was a really good braided ponytail. Aerith, my love, very good ponytail. I don't know. This is the type of thing I like. I love Aerith. I've been reading her book. I've been reading the book about Tifa and Aerith. I'm already done with Tifa's part. I've been done with Tifa's part, and I'm nearly done with Aerith's part. I'm on page 300. I think I only got 64 something pages to read. But yeah, I know everything about Tifa, and I almost know everything about Aerith. But I haven't even played Rebirth yet. I haven't even played it. I still gotta. I want to do everything in remake, intergrade, Then I gotta play Crisis Core. That's the story of Zack. And then you get Rebirth. But then there's another one coming. I'm trying to prep because there's another one coming out soon of this Final Fantasy VII. It's not the end of Final Fantasy. I think like 4 of them, you know? It's like 4 of them. But it's just a remake, really. A really massive remake of the old one that came out on the PlayStation 1. And I'm pretty sure everyone already knows the story of Final Fantasy VII, you know? It's very iconic. Very iconic. It's almost like Ocarina. It's not almost like Ocarina. It's iconic as Ocarina. They're not the same. Yeah. But yeah, I've been reading it, and then, you know, I got some more books coming. Nier Automata, I want to get into that too. I already played the game. I played the game when it came out in 2017. It's actually on my desktop right now. I'm looking at the icon, so I could play it again if I wanted to. But the first one here that I have is Yora Boys, and I'm gonna jump into this right after I finish the Final Fantasy Traces of Two Past book, and then I got Long Story Short and Short Story Long coming. That's Nier Automata too. The other 2 novels. And they should be coming pretty soon. One's coming from all the way from the UK. The UK, dude. I can't even look at the tracking on it. I just know it just says that it was shipped. So yeah, and then the other one was, last time I checked, I think it was in like Pennsylvania or something. So I'm really excited to get into those two, because Nier Automata, that's a really, oh my god, the story is so good. It's so good, and the characters are so nice. They're so nice. 2B, A2, 9S, the gang, post-apocalyptic robots in the distant future, roaming the earth where the humans once were. It's so good. I actually have an idea to make those pod programs that are in the game following you around, talking to you. I have an idea to bring those to life, but I really think that's something like a cell phone company or any type of phone company will have you murdered for. So I'll never really disclose on it, you know. But it's that good. And it's so easy. We possess all the technology to bring those little flying robots to life. That'll talk to you. And, you know, yeah. Is there anything else? Traces of Two Pass, Nier Automata. The boxing game that I was talking about. I completely, you know, I did do all of the, I got all the achievements, and the points really lock you at 909 at 9999999 max. Like, it doesn't go up. Even if you log in and you get the 100 and 300 something points for the day, it doesn't give you any points. It doesn't go up anymore. But they did give me this special achievement thing where you unlock a harder difficulty, and yeah, I probably won't be done with it until like day 170 now, because I kind of want to get those. But I'm 64. I've been going at it. I'm 64% complete already because I've been going at it. But the thing that makes it where it's going to take a long time is you really only exercise for 30 minutes a day, and they want you to use all the characters for a specific amount of hours. So they want you to use one character for at least 30 hours. But you have to do the math, but you only train 30 minutes to an hour or something a day. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take a while before I can get that. And then a couple of them, they're asking for me to get a perfect on all courses, you know, log in for 150 days and collect a stamp. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm still going at it. But yeah, dude, that's it, man. 29 minutes. I'll maybe talk a little bit more to hit that 30 mark so it'll look all right. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the Little While Ago podcast. If you're at home and you're going to sleep, no. If you're on your way home and you're driving, drive safe. If you're at home already and you're about to go to sleep, then have a good night. I don't know, man. I actually don't think, well, I'm not gonna retire doing these anytime soon. I'm still gonna do them, but I check my analytics, and no one really listens to these things. I've kind of been talking to a wall here this entire time, but it's okay. It's okay because it helps me map out the thoughts of what I'm trying to say, or just stuff that I think about during the day. You know what I mean? Okay, that's all I want to talk about. So, good night.